In this video, we're taking a close look at this beauty. The JNS Kokorozashi Tamamoku to 145mm Gyuto. Forged with Shirogami No. 1 by Yoshikazu, Tanaka and Sakai. Then ground, polished and sharpened by Maxime at JNS in Denmark. How does this knife perform on the cutting board? I will go over this and other stuff. I can't believe I had to cancel social plans for this.
Bro, son, your social plans were never in danger.
Chef enthusiast. Chef enthusiast.
Big shout out to Tino and Fabian, two very loyal subscribers of my YouTube channel. Already twice made a 13-hour round trip in the car from Germany to our Meesterslijpers showroom. And the second time they visited me, that was a couple of weeks ago, they brought me this amazing gift. A chef's jacket with my YouTube logo printed all over it. This is just such a thoughtful gift. Dankeschön. As we all know, there are many roads to Rome, but in the knife nerd community, all roads lead to Ulfborg in Denmark. Maxime Enevoldsen is the chain-smoking genius behind Japanese natural stones, or JNS. He is one of the main reasons why knives from Kiyoshi Kato and Shigefusa became known outside of Japan. He's basically the librarian of the Japanese knife universe. He's in his workshop every day, grinding, polishing, and what makes Maxime different from all other knife vendors out there is his selectivity. If something is not exceptional enough for him, he just won't sell it. So no hype drops, no scarcity games, just clear standards. And when it comes to Japanese natural stones, Maxime is also one of the guys. All the stuff he sells is highly curated, which is why names like Kiyoshi Kato and Shigefusa knives sit at the top. This knife is not a Kiyoshi Kato, not a Shigefusa, not a Yoshikazu Tanaka. Well, it actually kind of is. Nowadays, Maxime buys forged blanks from makers he trusts. Blacksmiths like Wakui, Satoshi Nakagawa, Yoshikazu Tanaka, Munetoshi. By the way, if you don't know, a blank is the forged, heat-treated blade before grinding and finishing. And this is where Maxime comes in, does his thing. He does the grinding on Japanese horizontal wheels, and then he moves to hand polishing JNS finishes. No etching shortcuts, pretty much just stonework. The spine and choil pretty much doesn't get better than this. Perfectly rounded off, smoothly polished. I literally can't fault anything on the fit and finish of this blade. The bevels are really nice and even. Grind is on point. It is super beefy and thick at the spine. It has a beautiful taper on the spine towards the tip. Profile wise, yeah, this is my jam because it has a huge flat spot for the push cut, pull cut and chopping action. But you can also use more like a rocking motion and let's say the Western cutting style techniques. So this is a super versatile, universal blade to use in the hands of somebody who knows what to do. This pretty much could do anything, except of course cutting anything that you don't want to bite with your own teeth. I have used this knife quite intensively for the past 3 days, and out of the box the blade was just super sharp. It had an amazing out of the box edge. So yeah, it definitely can take a beating, but at the same time, like, let's say it's workhorsey, but it's the finish it is so refined that it's, I don't know, it's a high-end workhorse. It's a super high-end workhorse to me. I am lucky enough to own and use all these big names. Kiyoshi Kato, Shigefusa, Yoshikane, Kenji Togashi, the list goes on. This knife's performance and the craftsmanship and attention that is put into it, it puts it right there on the list. If you are specifically looking for a workhorse. I mean, it does wedge a bit through thick and dense stuff like carrot and sweet potato. But what do you expect from a knife with this type of cross-section geometry? This is a thick boy. Yeah, it really feels like it can take a beating. What I discovered when using this knife on the cutting board is that you do need to use some oomph to make this knife cut very well. You gotta muscle through the stuff, which is personally not my preference style of cutting. I can surely do it, and I will do if necessary, but I prefer to cut with almost no pressure to zero pressure and let the knife do all the work. That's why I needed a cigarette, a short nap, and a second round after the first time I used my Kiyoshi Kato blade. Sweet potato usually fights back. This one gave up immediately. This JNS Kokorozashi does not glide effortlessly through the harder and dense stuff like my Kiyoshi Kato does. If you didn't watch that video, I did a full review video with my Kiyoshi Kato, and you literally can see that it just effortlessly glides through a carrot, sweet potato. I was using zero pressure. So satisfying. But if you're looking for an even more sturdy, beefier, more hefty blade, yeah, then don't look further than this one. This knife has the heft and weight and feel, let's say, of a typical Western blade, like a Wusthof. Very, very heavy actually. Not super nimble because of the length and the height and just the sheer thickness and weight of the blade. Just an incredibly high-end workhorse. Perfect for anybody who likes to muscle through stuff and needs a knife that can take a beating. For a true workhorse grind, I think it pretty much doesn't get any better than this. I mean, it's not just a super sturdy, beefy, robust workhorse knife that can take a beating. It is forged by Yoshikazu Tanaka, has this beautiful, beautiful damascus pattern, and out of this world fit and finish on the spine in choil, perfectly ground and sharpened. And on top of all of that, look how beautifully this steel, this knife is forming a patina. The steel is really alive. Pretty much every time I use it, it gets a new tattoo, basically. I could compare this knife to other blades that I have, like a Toyama or a Wakui or a Munetoshi, but compared to my Kiyoshi Kato, well, the performance of a Kiyoshi Kato is hard to beat for any knife. But at least the fit and finish is much better over here. I mean, if you have a list of favorite polishers, add Maxime to that list. He pretty much deserves that spot. Again, I don't think that the fit and finish on the spine and Churro could have been any better. And the polish of the blade when it came out of the box was just drool, 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 drool. But the Kiyoshi Kato just has that perfect sweet spot of the right thickness and the right convexity. Plus, the convexity on the Kiyoshi Kato blade pretty much starts already right underneath the spine to all the way down to the cutting edge. It's basically a convexity that is this wide. It spreads almost all over the primary bevel. Consider the fact that this is not a true workhorse. This one just suits perfectly for my cutting preferences. This knife, yeah, because of this slightly thicker spine, it just doesn't want to cut effortlessly. You really need to put pressure on this blade to make it cut very nicely. If you like to use that muscle, you're gonna love this blade. So, comparing these two isn't really fair, but I do it with a purpose because the price tags on these knives are completely different. The JNS Kokorozashi is actually reasonably priced. This knife is not swimming in the 2 to 3K territory waters as the Kiyoshi Kato knives do. This one is just a little bit north of €1,000. Still serious money, yes, but not as insane as the prices on Kiyoshi Kato knives. So in my opinion, this is like a, let's say, budget unicorn.
Budget unicorn? Bro-san, that is still a mortgage payment.
In case you were wondering, it all ended up in this dashi broth I made. So yeah, this is gonna be a nice soup. Some fresh kelp. As always, thank you for tuning in and making it this far in the video. Leave a comment down below if you have any complaints or questions. Like the video if you think Drappa needs a better co-host.
Don't hit the like and subscribe button, nor the notification bell, and don't even think of becoming a member. It will only encourage him to continue making content for this channel. That's not what the internet needs.
Bye.
Bye, humans. Try not to cut yourselves.
Chef enthusiast. Chef enthusiast.